welcome back to GetTechEd. This weekend I was at the Summit. It's a virtual conference sponsored by the Ed Tech team, and I learned a lot of little tricks of the trade, a couple of apps and things like that that I would like to share with you guys. So today I'm going to try to get under this in under 5 minutes. I want to go over a few things that you might be able to use in your classrooms. If you look up top here, I have several tabs open, and sometimes when we work, we want to keep the tabs open, but we aren't really going to use them at that moment. So what I'm going to show you is a Google Chrome extension that allows us to keep all our tabs on one tab while we're working with the ones that we need to work on. To find this, you're going to type in one tab into a Google browser, and you're going to click on the first one, which is one tab in the Chrome Web Store. Once you get there, you could find the one tab extension and you can go ahead and add it. Once you added one tab, you could see the icon up here. And what happens when you have all these tabs open and you hit that icon, it's going to put all your tabs into essentially one tab. And when you want to work with them from there on out, it's all you have to do is click on it and it's going to open up. So for example, if we wanted to open back this Chrome Web Store, we can go ahead and do so and it's going to pop up. But now that I'm done with the web store, I'm going to go ahead and exit that out. All right, the next application that I want to go over is called Random Name Selector. Okay, Random Name Selector allows you to do exactly what it says, select names randomly. So if you're in your classroom and you want to start with a do now every day, and every day you want the name to be random, who gets to choose the correct answer, you could come to Random Name Selector and you could sign into an account and put down names. I'm just going to type in a couple of fake names, each one starting with the next letter in the alphabet. All right, and once we have those, we can go up to the top and hit go. And when you do that, it's going to go through all the names and it's going to randomly select one. So if you wanted to have like all the kids on teams and select points awarded to the person who gets called on randomly, you can use Random Name Selector. All right, so we're now done with that one, so we're going to X out of that. We'll go into Equasio next. And Equasio is in the Chrome store as well. You'll go to Chrome, you'll go ahead and add Equasio. This is going to be an extension to our Google Docs platform. All right, so I downloaded Equasio, which is an extension that allows us to really write out equations more easily. Sometimes it's hard to type equations into our Google Docs. So you could see Equasio's symbol up here. I'm going to go ahead and click on that, and it's going to bring up a bar down here. And this bar allows us to speak it, it allows us to type it, and if we have the ability to draw, it will also recognize handwriting. So it's pretty intuitive. So what I need to do is I need to click on the record button and just blurt out any type of a math equation. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. As you can see down here, it wrote out everything that I needed. Now all I have to do is copy and paste that into the Google document. So that is Equasio. All right, so our next one that we're going to do is called Smarty Pins. It's sponsored by Google Maps. This is just a fun trivia game. I know sometimes the students like to play trivia, and you rather them do that quietly after a test or with 5 minutes left in the period than run around your classroom. You can introduce them to Smarty Pins, start a new game. You're able to pick a category if you want them to pick the categories. It gives you a question, and then what you have to do is you have to plop this little point down wherever you think it is. I'm going to go put China over here. To be honest, I didn't even read the question. Submit answer, and it's going to tell you how many miles away you are, and the further away, the less amount of points you get. In fact, you get like a limited number of miles, so I already lost the game after one question. The next one that we're going to take a look at is called GeoGuessr. It's very similar to Smarty Pins. Um, we're going to go ahead and start a new game here. They're going to show you a picture, and based on the picture, the students will have to come over to the map and try to guess where this is. So let's just put in the Midwest there. We could easily zoom in on the picture and drag to where we want on the map. Let's just go ahead and make our guess there, and it tells me that I am 759.8 kilometers away, or 472 miles from the correct location. And it gives me a number of points based on how close I am to that location. Once again, it's another fun game for students to use during their spare time or during the last couple minutes of class to keep them kind of occupied on something somewhat scholarly. All right, so that's all I have for you today. Slightly over 6 minutes, but enough good stuff crammed into that small amount of time. Next week, I'll come back with a couple more apps and extensions for you guys to take a look at. Hopefully, you can find something that you want to work with in your classrooms.